All right. What is going on, all you holotable heroes? This is your boy Itachi, and we got my good friend, my buddy, my pal Evo. What's going on, man?
I am not here. I am paying bills. I don't know what you're talking about.
AR Movie Trailers, what's going on, man? He says, hey, can't wait for this. It is going to be big. We'll see just how big it's going to be. Anyways, so here's the agenda for tonight, you guys. Welcome back to another Imperial Military Podcast Show, better known as IMPS. That's where myself and my good friend, my buddy, my pal, my guildmate Evo and I, we go over our free-to-play accounts. We talk about a couple of topics, and we just try to have fun. Yeah. Speaking of which, you know, every stream is brought to you by Angry Orchard. My drink of choice. We're gonna crack this open now and get this rocking and rolling. So tonight we're gonna talk about the topics on the left side of your screen. Road ahead. We're gonna talk about the kit reveal for the Rebel Y-Wing, another ship. Galactic Legends and what it means for free to play. Empire Strikes Back celebration seems like it is kicked off now officially, and then we're gonna go over our free-to-play accounts, show you guys where we're at, what is really kind of irking our gears here and stuff like that. So we'll go over all of that. Zach, what's going on, brother? So I think they need to fix the road ahead. It fell into the sea. Oh man, I'm in a good mood. AR Movie Trailers, I'm doing good, man. AKA Brian. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. So we're gonna start.
Before we jump too far into it, I have a very serious question, right? More important than anything else we're going to talk about today.
Okay.
All right. I got my Lowe's bill in the mail, and I have a 50 cents credit. What should I do with it? All right, that's the stream. Right, need some advice. I have 50 cents to use at Lowe's. What should I do with it? Okay, now we can do the road ahead.
Cool. So the road ahead, or we should say the lack thereof, seems like it's been pretty clouded and misty and shrouded. AKA we have not had a road ahead over the past 6 months. Yeah, I mean, it's foggy out there. It's foggy out there, as you guys can see in the picture up on the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Evo, let's talk about this, man. Usually we get road aheads a little more often than what we're seeing right now. We've gone, like 6 months, man, half a year. No road ahead. They've done Q&As and stuff like that, but no actual road ahead. What do you think about this, man?
Well, let me start by playing a little devil's advocate, and just getting this out of the way as far as an excuse goes. Let's go ahead and say that we don't really know what their infrastructure looks like, how their operations are set up, and we don't know how much they were affected by COVID over the last 2 months. Being the type of business that they are, you would think that they would be able to work remotely, get things done, stay on task. They still got the revenue coming in, probably significantly more so because people are staying and playing pretty much. So really that can't be an excuse, but we just don't know.
With that, right, there's other games putting out content, right? I mean, we both play DSA, and there's like tons of content. There's new characters coming out. There's new events, almost on a regular basis.
Exactly. Difference between the two, though, I mean, who all's involved with this game? And do any of those people involved actually need to be putting out content? Where DSA needs to put out content, needs to be pushing that revenue. I could see Capital Games very, very easily getting distracted. But again, not trying to make excuses. I just wanted to kind of go through that and see what people were going to say about it. Because other than that, I mean, I don't really see why they wouldn't be putting out a content, or wouldn't be giving us that information. Maybe they feel like the release of the Galactic Legends is enough, and they want that to simmer for a little while before they start bringing out something else. I don't know.
So I will let's give some context, right? We give some context because they have kind of left some Easter eggs here and there over the past couple of months in the Q&As, that it seems like they're working on something large that is infrastructure based. So not just like a reskin like we got with territory battles. They said they're not doing a new raid right now, which would be essentially another reskin with just new characters and a different way of going through stuff. So maybe this new infrastructure, because they've talked about it a lot since starting in December. Actually, I think it was November or December Q&As. They've talked about the infrastructure of something for a new game mode. That apparently this infrastructure is supposed to help them continuously bring different types of content to the game. So I wonder if this is what maybe it's taking so long. Maybe this infrastructure, right? Maybe it's a new infrastructure or something like that, and they don't really want to say anything until it's maybe in its final stages.
Okay.
That's the only thing I can really think of. Now, they promised us, I think in one Q&A, they promised us a road ahead in April, and we didn't get a road ahead in April, obviously. I think they then changed it to May, so we're now in May. It's May 19th. We're almost at the end of May, and still no road ahead. Is this something for us to be concerned about? Is maybe something going on that we don't know about? For those of you who don't know, Battlefront 2 lost their licensing for Star Wars, and so the game is shutting down. And they are out of EA as well, as is this game. Do you think maybe it's something like that? I don't know. So I want to say I don't feel like they have. I think because I did a little bit more research on that, and I was trying to anyways, trying to find what I could, but it doesn't seem like EA themselves lost the licensing for Star Wars. It seemed more so like it was just for that particular game. Star Wars decided, hey, we're not going to continue to support this game and license it. I don't know. So I guess we'll see. Hopefully we get a road ahead this month. I am definitely hoping for that. I can say we're playing Disney Sorcerer Arena, DSA, the amount of communication the devs have with the community is far greater than what Capital Games has with SWGOH community. And it started to irk me a little bit because like the devs post something every day. I mean, they've got a link to their Discord in game, and I'm in that Discord, and they're always posting something, hot fixes, bugs, stuff like that, all the way to, hey, this event is coming out before you really see it in the game. And it's really nice, actually. They answer questions and things like that, ask for suggestions, things you like to see. So not seeing that same type of communication from Capital Games, where in the previous years, if you guys remember, I was doing at least a road ahead every quarter, a video on the road ahead, and it's like nothing right now. It's crickets for the past 6 months. It kind of sucks.
So just some quick research. Capital Games is listed as part of Electronic Arts. I pulled up EA stock prices because I was curious.
Oh, okay.
It did the same thing that everyone did. It dipped right around the start of COVID. But otherwise, it's been steadily increasing over the last 6 months. Looks like there's a little bit of a dip in April, end of April, so about a month ago.
Okay.
Do you know? I don't know when the announcement came out about losing their licensing, but I think if it would affect multiple games to the point where there's games would be shutting down,
Yeah.
that it would hit their stock more.
Fair enough.
Just what do I know? But just my 2 cents on it.
Sweet. Well, now that we got the dreadful news out of the way, let's get into something a little bit more lighthearted. And like Zach said, they kind of ninja'd this in today, and that is the Rebel Y-Wing. A new ship coming to the game for Rebels. So as they put out new content, this is one of those things, and I say new content, but more characters and stuff like that. I feel like they wouldn't be putting this stuff out, just to go to your point, if they actually lost the license. We'd see more of a kind of seesaw type of thing where nothing's being put out or anything like that. So Rebel Y-Wing is a light side tank with the Rebel tag. Highlights.
I have a question about this.
Yeah.
About this ship real quick. Is this the one that was supposed to be blowing up the Death Star in the first one, and then Luke had to take over in his X-Wing and do it himself?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Is that the Y-Wing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So highlights: Rebel tank with robust survivability, disables enemy protection with shield disruption, protects allies with consistent taunts. Synergy is going to be with Home One Capital Ship, Han's Millennium Falcon, Ghost, Cassian's U-Wing. Excuse me. Obviously, light side, his basic, and we actually have animations this time. It's been a while since we got animations on a kit reveal, but we have animations. So SW.
Oh, it's your favorite thing. It does a little wiggle with it.
It does. It wiggles with it. I like wiggling with it. SW4 ion cannons. Final text: deal physical damage to target enemy. The Rebel Y-Wing gains taunt until the start of its next turn, if it didn't already have it. Okay, so pretty basic here. It's going to deal some damage. Some amount of damage, and it's going to gain taunt for 1 turn. So very basic there. Special 1 is ion torpedoes with a cooldown of 3. And this final text is dispel all buffs on target enemy and inflict shield disruption for 2 turns. Then deal physical damage to them. The Y-Wing gains taunt for 2 turns. Okay, so shield disruption is new. This is a cleanse, so it's gonna dispel all buffs on a target enemy, and inflict shield and then inflict this shield disruption. And that is protection is disabled. Immune to protection up and bonus protection. Would be a New Hope. Because this should be all Empire Strikes Back, so maybe not the Death Star one.
See, I'm checking. I think it's the. Should be like right around.
So yeah, the shield disruption, protection is disabled, immune to protection up, and bonus protection. So that's pretty big because. Bosk gets some bonus protection and protection up, right? And as well as so do a lot of the Galactic Republic ships get some bonus protection up as well. Unique 1, Chempat Shield Generator. Final text: Rebel allies recover 20% protection whenever a Rebel ally is critically hits an enemy. If the allied capital ship is Rebel, the Y-Wing has plus 30% potency and a 35% chance to assist other Rebel allies when they attack out a turn. Limit once per turn. So that's pretty awesome. You're getting potency here, and a 35% chance to assist. The shield disruption looks like it is resistible. It does not say cannot be resisted. So having additional potency was going to help with making sure you're landing that shield disruption, and then increasing your chance to assist other rebel allies. As you guys know, the rebels go nuts with assisting. So. And then reinforcement ability is Rebel Tracking Computer. Final text, enter battlefield. Rebel allies gain 3% critical chance for each Rebel ally unit, the Rebel Y-Wing ally, for each Rebel ally until the Rebel Y-Wing is defeated. So this seems like a pretty decent tank. It is crewless. So you're not going to have to gear up any underlying characters. I really like what they've been doing with ships lately, of having these crewless ships. As you guys know, the Rebel faction, there's already tons of characters that you don't use really that much in the game, that you have to actually gear up in order for those ships to be any type of decent. So but that's the Rebel Y-Wing. So we're gonna kick it over to Evo here and get into talking about Galactic Legends, as far as how it pertains to free to play. I don't know if this is necessarily a daunting topic for free to play players. Zach, you know they moved Road Ahead to June, right? Oh man, that's gonna suck. I think they have to do a Road Ahead this month, or else you're gonna have a lot of players quitting. Did you find the Y-Wing?
Yeah, so there are Y-Wings in this. They're the initial ships that go in for the bombing run. They're those three that showed up right there.
Yep.
They're the ones that Vader basically takes out all by himself. So. Yeah, these guys.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about Galactic Legends here, as far as it pertains to free to play, really. Is this something that maybe you're going to be looking into doing? How long do you think it's going to be, and things like that?
How long? So when it comes to how long for things, you're kind of the guru on that, as far as like how long it takes to get people geared up and everything. Honestly, I mean, this is my main account right here. This account's what, 2 years old, something like that. It's about 95% free to play. I've put very little into this. I did get the hyperdrive bundle, so let's drop that down to about 80% free to play. But so I mean, I'm nowhere near it. I'm nowhere near it on this account. I mean, where do I see all the guys? Synergies.
There you go.
Right here. I mean, so 7 stars. I've got a first order team. Is this all? This isn't all this needs, is it?
No, that's not right.
Needed for it?
No, because Palpatine's needed, right? Did they change it?
Yeah, so you need all this. You need all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Smuggler Han. Like, there's no way. I mean, so just looking at this list. So 7-star, yes, I do have some 7-star characters. I need one more 7-star character. Gear 13, Relic Tier 7. I'm nowhere near it. And I mean, I've got other teams that I'm working on right now. I mean, if I stop right now and focus on this, yeah, sure, I could get it in a few months probably. But I mean, in the meantime, everything else that I'm working on right now is going to suffer. So my Galactic, my Grand Arena is going to suffer because I'm not working on those supporting teams. I'm not going to be able to assist in the guild battles as much because I'm not working on those teams. Like, there's so much other stuff that I have to work on that I'm not going to be able to do if I stop and focus on this. So it's not realistic for me right now.
Yeah. So I think that's the big thing, right? Is how realistic is it? I think for free to play, like I know I said I wanted to try to get Supreme Leader Kylo Ren by the end of the year. I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat right now. Like I don't know if that's going to happen. Like just looking over everything that I have on the account to do right now, like I'm trying to get gas right now, right? I'm like working towards gas on this account, and it's taken me a while. It's going to take me a while to actually get there. Granted, I'm starting to get closer and closer every single day, but like right now it's not like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Like if gas event were to drop today, I'm ready to do that, so I can be working on something else. Right. And even if I were to work on something else, like I still have so many other teams from like you said, from like a GAC standpoint, to actually use and actually work on. And Kylo's the easier of the two to get by far, right? Because you're going to need First Order anyway in order to get Jedi Training Rey, or get BB-8 to be able to get Jedi Training Rey. So whenever you start working on First Order for that, you might as well work on them for crew. Papa Palpatine you get pretty early, so that should be an easier Gear 13 and relicking for everyone to do. And let's just face it, Papa Palpatine is pretty dope.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I mean, Rey is the more effective one in Grand Arena, so she's much harder to beat. Whereas Kylo, Supreme Leader Kylo, people found counters very quickly, to that team. Now, granted, you're not walking away with full banners if you go up against Supreme Leader Kylo by any account. Like, it's going to be a tough battle, but nevertheless, the battle is a little easier than what Rey is, and I think Rey is the more desired of the two to have, because she can withstand some beatings on defense. So but yeah, I agree with you. I don't know if I'm going to have this in a year. I was hoping to have at least Kylo within a year, but I don't think it's going to happen. Like, looking at everything that I need to work on and stuff like that, I just don't think it's going to happen. So I got gas, and then I got to go after Revan and Malik. So like that's probably my entire year right there by itself.
I know I'm not having it in a year, so I'm not even gonna try for that. I'll work on some of those guys here and there, but
yeah, maybe next year. Because like I said, I mean, First Order is not even like in my sights right now. Like, and we'll talk about what we're working on here soon.
I think that's gonna be like the Galactic Legends free-to-play tagline. Maybe next year.
Maybe next year. I like that. Maybe next year. There's a lot of people not going after them, actually. Like, I know Cubs fan Han isn't going after them. Urza's not going after them. So there's a lot of people.
When you set it that high, when you make it that difficult, and then especially when you get all those people complaining that all the characters they had to work on they didn't even use for the event, and aren't good in other supporting teams outside of First Order. Like, it's
I think the First Order is much more palpable as opposed to what's needed for Resistance.
I mean, just the Kylos. Like, even if you had just a three team of the two Kylos and Executioner, that's a sick team.
Oh yeah, destroys me in Grand Arena.
Yeah, that is a sick team. I would work on those three in a hot second.
Yeah, it is a sick team, and even with the addition of Sith Trooper is dope, and he's got many uses. Hux is really good. The Finalizer, his ship, is really good. So like, First Order has a really strong position to work on them and go ahead and relic them because of they have a fleet and things like that. Whereas Rey, like, the incentive is just not there. It's not there, but she's the more OP character. All right. Let's move on to the Empire Strikes Back celebration. It has begun, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, we're getting this new ship, the Rebel Y-Wing, which seems a little exciting. A nice little tank, it looks like it's going to be. So things we want to see during this celebration. I think Evo and I have said it before. Darth Vader rework. Can we please rework Darth Vader?
So we don't need a. You said Vader rework. I don't think we need a Vader rework. I think we just need another Vader. There can be two Vaders in the game. Like there's already 3 Anakins or however many Anakins there are, but there can definitely be.
Yeah, two
Vaders,
2 Anakins, like 3 Chewies, and like a million Han Solos.
Yeah, I mean, you got doubles and triples of all these other characters. You got 3 Reys now, and you got 1 Vader.
Yeah,
you are minimizing the effect that the Vader had on the world, not the Star Wars world, the world. Everyone knows the Darth Vader theme song. He either needs to be that one Vader in the game who is a crazy OP character, or there just needs to be another Vader.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that is absolutely true. And I think Papa Palpatine needs some love too. I mean, we're talking about the mastermind of 9 movies. 9 freaking movies.
Oh, for sure. Like, he needs to be the next galactic legend. It needs to be like, I don't know, Vader and Luke or something, or not Vader and Luke, but Luke and Palpatine are the next 2 galactic legends or something like that.
Yeah. So
they keep the light side, dark side balance.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I think Empire just needs love. I mean, we're seeing a lot of Rebel love right now. I mean, you got Cara Dune. She wasn't anything too spectacular, but she is anti-Empire. So we saw her. Obviously, we got this Y-Wing that's coming out that is going to be another Rebel, adding to the Rebel fleet. So we need to see some love for Empire. Empire fleet and ships needs love. Like, it's let's see, how many ships do we have in here? Actual ships, there are only 5. And then you have 2 different capital ships you can choose from. 5 ships for the Empire. I feel like that's very lackluster. Which is crazy. You can't even have a full actual, like, if you have a 7-star capital ship, you're not even getting a full actual team for Empire.
Huh.
And even with that, like, their ships have lost so much viability, even the capital ships with fleets, and I feel like they need to be more daunting than what they are. I mean, Grand Admiral Thrawn is one of the most legendary strategists in the Star Wars galaxy, and his ship is good. Actually, it's pretty good. I think it just needs to have some of the supporting roles for the ships themselves for Empire. We just don't have enough to actually make a full Empire team to fill all slots, all reinforcement slots, and they're not all that great. And then Executrix, I mean, same thing. Tarkin was a military mastermind, really, starting back in the Clone Wars. And, I mean, he was like pretty much around Anakin and Kenobi a lot during the Clone Wars. And then, I mean, he was ultimately an agent for Palpatine, but still, he's another military mastermind, and even his capital ship is lackluster, and that was like the main ship throughout the original first 3 movies. So
So that ship style was, yes, but his
he was on the Death
he died
Star
on
for the
Death
most
Star
part.
in movie one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it would have been awesome if he would have had the Death Star.
So, I mean, there's definitely some things that they need to do. I think for the Empire Strikes Back celebration, I don't think they need to necessarily add a lot of characters. I think they need to improve on the ones that we currently have. Maybe some kit touch-ups, some reworks on a couple of kits. Maybe in the future there is a plan for a Galactic Legend Palpatine. Sith Emperor Palpatine or something like that. I don't know. But Emperor Palpatine, which we have already in the game, he's pretty decent actually. His kit's pretty decent. But I agree with you, man. Vader, we either need a second Vader or he needs to be reworked. Because he's not as good as he could be.
Yeah. Well, it's Palpatine's fault, man. He's limiting him. Come on.
I mean, yeah, sure. If you want to go off that, if that's what Capital Games wants to stake their game on, and we're gonna have a lot of angry people.
I don't know.
I think we'll probably see Moff Gideon come to the game. That might be a new one. That'll be an Empire. Is seeing Moff Gideon. I think that might be new that we see to the game. And I'd be perfectly fine with that. That's more Mandalorian content, potentially leading up to a legendary event. All right. Let's get into our account review, guys. Let us know what you guys think about those 4 topics that we just talked about. Down below in the comments, if you're watching afterwards or if you're in the chat right now, go ahead and let us know what you think about that right now. What do you guys want to see for Empire Strike Back celebration? What do you think about Galactic Legends from a free-to-play standpoint? How do you feel about the road ahead? Or more so, the lack of? And
Darth asks. Sorry, go ahead.
And what do you guys feel about this Y-Wing? Do you like it, love it, hate it, feel indifferent? Let us know.
Darth Ass is not here to ask for the dad joke, but you've heard this one from me before. I want to see if you remember it. But in light of the Empire Strikes Back celebration, I have to ask, what is the internal temperature of a tauntaun?
I don't remember this one.
Lukewarm. Come on, man.
That's good. That's good. Zach says content, literally anything that isn't just a ship or character, lol. Yeah, man, I agree. Hopefully this new game mode is going to be huge. All right, so here's my account. As you guys know, I typically go first, and then we pop over to Evo for him to go over his account. But you can see whatever Evo is doing on the bottom right hand side of your screen in the meantime. So I am currently arena rank 105. I can typically dip right below 100 right before payouts, which is great. Fleet ranks, fleet is consistently moving down. I'm still in top 100. I typically can get in the top 50 before payouts, but I am dropping quickly, my friends. Very quickly. And so we continue to work on that. If you guys remember, just about let's see, it's May. Man, I guess over the last month, really, I've really improved on this team on my arena rank. Because I think it was going into April, I was up in the thousands, if you guys remember. And so we've been able to improve on this team on mods. Obviously, we got them all at Relic 5, except for Barris there, and it has really been a huge improvement. Being top 100 is a big thing with some of your crystal payouts and stuff like that. It really starts to help quite a bit. All right, moving on, let's go over the account, ladies and gentlemen. Here are my current favorites that I'm working on. You can see I got Jedi Knight Revan up here, GBA, Geonosian Brood Alpha, C-3PO's up here, Bosk, Barriss, Bastila, Jolie Bendo, Chief Chirpa, and the rest of the Ewoks are there. Some bounty hunters here that I'm trying to finish up. And then you're going to see ARC Trooper is on here, and then you're going to see all of the Separatist droids. That's the stuff I'm currently working on, so we'll get into and talk about them little by little. Galactic Legends, yeah, we talked about that. Moving on to the 501st. So 501st, I'm sure you guys are gonna give me crap about this because you guys do every single stream. Echo and 5s I've still yet to gear, even though they are at 7 stars and level 85. The same thing with Rex, except he's 6 stars and not 7 stars yet. But I have started to farm ARC Trooper, and so as you guys know, I am headed towards gas. Air Trips, would putting Yoda in Padme team better or worse the team? I do not like Yoda in my Padme team instead of Barriss. Barriss is so much better in my opinion. I went through and used Yoda because I did it for about a week and a half, and I actually dropped more in arena than when I had Barriss in. And that was when Barriss and Yoda were at the same gear level. Both had Zetas. I don't like Yoda in that lineup. I know a lot of people do. I particularly don't. Yoda's super squishy, and General Kenobi just does not taunt enough in that lineup. There's no revives. You're not going to revive Yoda, so once he's dead, he's dead. There's nothing you can do about it. Barriss has health and protection equalization. She is much tankier, and she hits like a freaking truck under Padme lead. So it's more so a survivability thing. She's my fill-in prior to getting into C-3PO. I don't have C-3PO at 7 stars yet because my Ewoks aren't there, and so as soon as we get him to 7 stars and gear 12, he will be taking the place of Barriss. So she's my placeholder. Again, I don't like Yoda in there. Yoda is much better suited in Jedi than he is, in my opinion, in a Padme team. So we'll talk about Ahsoka Tano here in a little bit when we get to Galactic Republic. Bounty hunters. So bounty hunters, Bosk. I finally got to 7-star Bosk. Oh my gosh, it took forever. I'm so glad that farm is done. Yeah. So he's got his 2 Zetas on him now as well, and he is headed towards gear 12, as you guys see here. His mods are looking pretty good. Boba Fett we're working on as well. These 2 are on my favorites. Boba Fett's at gear 10, so gear 11 is the next step there, and I need to work and slice his mods. After I finish Bosk or Boba Fett, one of the 2, I'll slap Jango Fett in there. I'm only working 2 bounty hunters at a time. I could probably do my entire team, but I don't want to as much. Yeah, Bosk is truly a brutal farm. You are correct, Zach. Who climbs more, Evo or you? In arena? I think I do. I don't know. That's a good question.
He had further to climb, so he was climbing more for a while. My Jedi team took off faster than his Padme team did. He's above me right now for 2 reasons. One, because the team's getting much better, but also I haven't been focusing as much on arena. We're probably actually pretty evenly matched at this point.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
So, Empire, I have still yet to work on my Empire. This hurts me to say it every time I do, but I haven't. I just haven't found time to work with Empire. That's what it comes down to. I'm actually gonna upgrade viewers here. Yeah, I definitely need to work on.
I got a lot of crystals on this account.
I definitely.
Where they came from.
I definitely need to work on my Empire. Like I said, this is the first account that I got range trooper to 7 stars, and that was last year. And you can see about how much work I put into it. Troopers are actually really, really fun. The problem is that they become a they're a luxury team.
I was gonna say they're like a niche team, like
they're a luxury team. They're really good against Night Sisters. Obviously they are a high offensive team. They're never going to be more of a defensive team. They're not going to be really a defensive team. But I just struggle to stop my current farms to work on them. Why? General Grievous is a better team. Padme is a better team. Gas is a better team. So that's where I'm at. Like, I think I went a little too hard, a little too early. Air movie trailers. I am I'm assuming that's supposed to be planning on getting first in Hat Raid, but it's tough in my guild. Does Han shoot first in raid so I can do damage to the raid, then be defeated, and then solo the raid and be able to go first? Does that work? I'm gonna be honest with you, AR. I've never used that strategy, so I can't actually speak on it. Han shoot first should still take effect in raid. I don't think I don't think raid bosses are exceptions. But I don't know. I don't know if that gets you first. I'm pretty sure that part's random as far as timing and everything goes. So like, I feel like that's one of those things where you have to be ready to hit the battle button the second it goes live. I don't know. But at some point I'll be ready to gear these troopers, and it's gonna feel fantastic. Ewokins. My Ewoks are walking, guys. We're so close. Got so many low grade shards over the weekend. It was great. If you guys remember, I think I was in the 70s last week. Now I only need 8 more low grade shards. And lo and behold, the past 2 days he has not shown up in the shop. It was just my luck. And then we gotta get Elder to 7 stars. I mean, he's at 87 out of 100. That's going to be very, very easy to do. And I've pretty much got the gear on these guys. I probably need to go up one more gear tier on low gray. Throw a couple of Omegas on, and these guys are going to be good to go for getting 7-star C3PO. So hopefully by next week, you guys will see a 7-star C3PO. I'll finally be done with farming Ewoks, and we can go ahead and move off of this farm. I'm so happy to get there. AR says, I believe that it would work because I'll be the only one to get the full damage of the raid, as everyone else would do 1,000 less damage from what I attacked. Okay, yeah.
So only AR, I see what you're saying. That would only be the case if you were able to get in, get that shot off, and get back out before anyone else joined. If anyone else joined while you were in there, then they would join at the full 100%, and they would still be able to do the same amount of damage.
Yeah, that's where it comes luck of the draw at that point.
Yeah, like what he was with what Itachi was saying. Like, you'd have to make sure that you're there ready to click the button as soon as it drops, and that no one else gets in there while you're doing that.
Yeah, you'd essentially have to post, and you have to deal damage post before anyone else starts.
And that doesn't, count in any server lag or anything like that. Or anything.
Yeah. So moving on to the first order. These guys are, just chilling right now. 10 seconds before the raid starts. Okay. Yeah, let us know how it works out for you, man, over in the Discord. So first order, These guys are just chilling pretty much. Haven't really worked on them. Even though the crew is close to 7 stars, we stopped at 6 stars. Eventually I'll get in here and work on these guys. These guys are actually, I'm probably going to work on before I even though I have my Imperial troopers. You know what I'm gonna do? Here's what I'm gonna do. Let me look at where we're at here. I think what I'm gonna do is once I take Ewoks off the board, I'm just gonna go ahead and pledge. The name of the stream, name of this particular show is IMPS, Imperial Military Podcast Show. I'm a pledge right now. As soon as I get 7-star Elder and Low Gray, and I'm able to get my 7-star C3PO, I will put imps on here and I will actually gear them to at least gear 11. I'm gonna spend the time, gear them to at least gear 11. That's what I'm gonna do. No more excuses. No more excuses. That is what we're gonna do. Once I get my 7-star C3PO that are going on the board, we're not even gonna make any more excuses. Then I can work on first order sometime later. But yeah, those guys haven't moved much at all. Moving on to Galactic Republic G-Rep. This is the pride of the Itachi account by far. Quickest C3PO I've gotten on any account. And he's gear 11. My man's just chilling. Has both Zetas on him. He's ready to go here to gear 12 almost. Looks like we got 2 more pieces after the farm up here. I've been trying to grab those here and there. You hear me, so you hope it comes true. I'm gonna do it. I want you guys to hold me to it. But Padme, Kenobi, Ahsoka, General Anakin, I stopped at Relic 5. And so right now they're all Relic 5. Already started working on Arc Trooper. He is at 4 stars unlocked already. Going on to 5 stars, 23 out of 65 shards. We're right around the corner from 7-star C3PO. This faction is looking nice. Yep, I can typically work on 2 teams at one time. Shakti, I started farming her as well. She's coming along. Looks like she should be 3 stars by now. I gotta clear that. That's messing me. Yeah, she's 3 stars. So 30 shards. So 10 more shards to 4. 5 stars is what, 65 shards, right?
Yes.
Okay, so 5 stars is 65 shards. So that's 75. And then it's 85 shards for 6 stars.
So for 5, 6, and 7 stars, it's 250.
Okay. So I need 260 shards to finish off Shakti. So she is one of my current farms at the moment over in Fleets. I can't remember who she's going after. Oh, B1 Battle Droid. We haven't gotten there yet. We'll talk about Grandmaster Yoda over with Jedi. But Barriss, yeah, Barriss is pretty decent, guys. I'm still 2 pieces away from taking her to gear 13, and I said I was going to take her to gear 13 Relic 3 and kind of stop there. But she's a beast, man. Her Zeta, Swift Recovery. I think that's her Zeta. Yeah. So yeah, swift recovery. Whenever an ally is critically hit, that ally recovers 20% health. This is pretty big. This is why this helps. At the end of each of her turns, Barriss dispels all debuffs from the weakest debuffed ally and gains 10% turn meter for each debuff removed. Whenever an ally is critically hit, then you add that part, and Barriss gains 10% turn meter. So she's consistently gaining turn meter as they're getting buffed, and she's dispelling debuffs. So that's a unique. So it's a passive ability. It's not something that you actually have to click on, which is why she works so well in Padme, along with the constant health regain. And her whole kit has heal health healing in it. So like Force Healer, her special, all allies have their current health percentages equalized. It's equalization, so it gets around health immunity effects or debuffs. Then each ally recovers 15% of their max health and gains defense up for 2 turns, and it helps this team just survive a whole much more. And then she even recovers health off of her basic, deal physical damage to target enemy with a 45% chance for all allies to recover 6% of Bear's Offie's max health. So this is why she does so well in Padme. And then she can one-shot people. I mean, almost any Galactic Republic character can one-shot people under Padme. It's ridiculous with the courage, with that courage ability. This team is phenomenal. I love this team. And so glad that I took the time. It took me longer than it did Evo to get his team up and rolling, but I'm glad I took the time to do it. Moving on to Geos. These two are like inching close to Gear 12 almost every stream. I think last stream I didn't have, I needed 2 pieces for each of these. Now we're down to 1. So we're getting there, people. This should have been done a long time ago. I kind of shellacked on it. Slacked on it. I don't know. Whatever. I was being lazy. I didn't take them to Gear 12. We're taking them to Gear 12. They need to go to Gear 13. Brood Alpha, Spy, and Soldier need to go to Gear 13. We can leave Poggle at Gear 12. Moving on to Jedi. So here are my Jedi. Not much movement here. They're all kind of sitting where they were. I did get Mace Windu. He was one of my farms, 2 7 stars for the Galactic Republic fleets. And so he's chilling there. But yeah, I haven't had any other kind of movement here with these guys. Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, Jedi Knight Revan. You know, we want to take him up to Gear 13. We're just not there yet. Night Sisters, not much really going on here. Got to work on Asajj. She's part of that gas lineup. Old Republic, I did finally finish off Cartha Nasi, so I'm no longer farming him over on fleet battles any longer, which is good. But I haven't worked on Juhani or Canderous yet. Rebels. No movement here on Rebels, to be honest with you guys. Again, eventually I'll get to CLS. Evo's ahead of me on that. But yeah, eventually I will get there. Huh?
Said not far ahead of you. I got them, but they don't have any gear or anything.
Viva la Resistance. Poe Dameron is at 7 stars, not activated. Resistance Pilot, 7 stars, not activated. Or he's activated, but not. He's activated because you get him at the beginning of the game. I haven't worked on Resistance Hero Finn or Poe, and those guys are pretty huge now for the Resistance. But yeah, these guys are background, the Resistance. I think more than likely I'm going to do what I did with Poe. As I farm these characters and get them to 7 stars and not actually activate them until I'm really ready to work towards Galactic Legend Ray. So we're probably like 2 years down the road from that. Separatists. B1 Battle Droid is... How many shards did you say it was for?
For 5, 6, and 7, it's 250.
250. Okay. So we've got a little bit ways to go here. It should be what is this? 25 for 3 stars, 30 for 4, right? So that's another 55. So we still need 305 shards. Or
yes, that's a. So 305 is what you would need
total.
From that point, and you're at 226.
I'm at 226. So I need 179. No, 74.
79.
Oh, 79 total. Yeah. No, you're right. 305. I don't know why I was thinking more than that. All overall, we're getting close to 7 stars on B1 Battle Droid. We're at 272 on B2 Super Battle Droid, so getting close there. Like I said, B1 Battle Droid is one of my main fleet hard node battles right now. And then we got Droidica at 237, so he's getting close, less than 100 shards away. Same thing, he's a hard node farm for me right now. General Grievous 287 shards out of 330. So all these guys are getting pretty close, for the exception of Magna Guard. Magna Guard should be a quick farm if I remember correctly. Yeah, he's over in Cantina Battles 3C. And I've already got 116 shards of him. So this is going to be coming up very soon with having droids ready. Again, this is all going into gas preparation, so, and it's a, you know, General Grievous droids are pretty good. Sith, I did activate Traya. Haven't really gotten to gear her that much. But I activated her. I put Omegas on her. Yeah, I mean, I need to finish gearing, things like that. So she is on the list, kind of. I should actually favorite her. She's on the list to actually work on, to at least get her to maybe gear 10, and I'll probably stop there, and get her Zetas on her. Really, the Zeta that's big is going to be, I think it's Lord of Betrayal. Start of each Sith allies turn, trade dispels all, but yeah. So Lord of Betrayal is going to be big because we're going to be using her under Papa Palpatine lead. And then I don't know if this happens even though she's not in the leadership spot. I haven't tested that yet, but we'll put on her leadership. Obviously she's a counter to Geos in any team that attacks out of turn. So those are my characters. Let's pop over to ships, and we'll do this. Do that real quick. We'll do this as usual, light side, dark side. So light side, Umbaran Starfighter is one that I'm grabbing out of the fleet store as I see it. The same thing with Rex's Arc 170. That is barring any General Grievous their shards in that area. Clone Sergeant's ship is actually done, complete. I don't have to farm that one anymore. We got our 7-star Home 1. Endurance is on its way to 7 stars as well. Got 15 out of 100. Just started that climb. All my rebels are 7 stars. Ahsoka Tano's ship is 7 stars. Who we missing here? Who we missing? Anakin's ETA Starfighter is my other main hard node farm in fleet battles. So anything I have left over goes into Shock T. Obviously, once we finish B1 Battle Droid, we'll be able to move over to Shock T as my second farm for every day. Still no Han's Millennium Falcon at this time, and we'll talk about that right now. So, dark side, haven't been working on Hyena Bomber or Vulture Droid, even though they are still favorited. Slave 1, I've kind of slowed down on. Again, most of his show up in fleets, and right now I've got Galactic Republic going over in fleets. So even though I want to get MILF, actually getting Galactic Republic ships up and running is actually a little bit bigger of a thing for me, especially if I'm going to start using Malevolence whenever I can get that unlocked. I'll more so need to start focusing back in on Vulture Droid and Hyena Bomber. So the bounty hunters are kind of coming along. Xandu Blood more so than these other ones, and that's mainly because Xandu Blood is part of my Droidica farm, so that's an easy farm there. IG 2000, I haven't had any currency really as of late to be able to farm him with these 8 turns. Those 3 additional turns, man, on hard nodes actually sucks up quite a bit of energy. And so we're trying to hoard as many gems or crystals as possible. It's a pretty big thing to not spend it on things obviously I already have Poggle unlocked and at 7 stars. So this has kind of gotten put to the back burner at the moment. After April, I think we'll go back to hitting it pretty hard though. Outside of that, Executrix is at 7 stars. Chimera, I don't remember if I attempted it on this one or not to try to do 7 stars. I do know that having Hans Millennium Falcon makes that event extremely easy, because I did it on my main account that way. Malevolence is 95 out of 145, so we're getting pretty close here. Super excited because the guild is doing light side territory battles. I think I may have some suggestions for next time we do it, to try to increase our star count, that I was going to share with the guild leader and the individuals that run territory battles actually on the guild, and hopefully we can get some more stars and some better currency for the guild overall. But that's how my ships look. Haven't done too much else here like I was doing early off in the game. Obviously shipments, you got to get those every single time. Over in Cantina battles, I've moved over to Qui-Gon Jinn, as far as farming him. Guild store, this I have quite a bit of currency because I've been saving it to look for my man's over here, Low Gray, who doesn't want to show his face during the week, it seems like. So I haven't really been spending it on too much other things because we're so close to 7 stars right now. Squad Arena store, I just finished up Mace Windy, so I've started actually grabbing prestige mats more so through this store at this point for ships. Galactic War store, this is quite literally just feeding into my shard shop store, so I grab whatever I have maxed out already. Fleet Arena store, I'm always looking for my man's General Grievous. We don't see him, I move on to typically the next Galactic Republic ship. At this point I'm actually going to grab Slave 1 though. Guild event store, nothing going on here with Get 1. I actually don't even scroll down this one. I actually skip this store altogether throughout my day because I already have 7-star Hermit Yoda, and so unless I know I have Get 2, I actually completely bypass this this tab. So like right now I don't have Get 2. Get 2 is going on to Malevolence, so in my Get 1 I'm saving up for gas. Championship store, I'm just farming gear out of here. Pretty simple. Any gear that I need for characters to take them to gear 12 or gear 13. Same thing with the shard store. I'm just grabbing gear out of here. So that is it for my account, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna pop it over to my man's Evo here, so he can go over his account.
Girl mods, man. Very busy.
You and your mods.
I always have mods in there. Yeah. All right. How's it going? Good. So yeah, I am down at rank 172. I'm usually up around 100, but I've been kind of slacking off on the arena team, over the last couple weeks. I was down at 220 at the start of the stream, so I jumped up pretty quick. But yeah, I mean, this team, I stopped on this team because I'm working on my Darth Revan team, which I'll show you guys here in a couple of minutes. Don't have him yet, but I'm ready for him. So fleet rank, I always get above 50 for the payout, just so I can get the extra shards, but usually kind of hang out around 60s, 70s in the downtime. As far as the characters go, not a lot changing over last week. 501st is just kind of still chilling. Am I working on? No, I know I'm working on. Not working on Arc Trooper yet, not on this account. Bounty Hunters just chilling. No new upgrades for them. Droids are still a work in progress. Haven't been farming Droidica. Need to get back on that. Empire has had absolutely no movement at all. Ewoks getting closer. I am further back on the low grade shards than Itachi is. Oh, I need to go do that. Should I do that before I log off today? Get some extra shards. First Order, they're just chilling. Galactic Republic, I did finally get Jedi Knight Anakin. I've got him maxed out except for his leader ability, and I've got him to gear 7.
Noise.
So I can use him. I got some, random health mods on him. Why not? But yeah, just kind of working on his gear. But I did get him unlocked. I'm still farming him because I want him 7-star. But I unlocked his ship so that I can have access to both of those. So my Galactic Republic team is slowly coming along. No movement on Geos. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, sure. Toss some pieces on Poggle here. Yeah, so Jedi still my strongest team on this account by far.
There it goes. Stream is disconnected, attempting to reconnect.
Okay. I'll go grab my water real quick.
Alright. Oh, we're back.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, like I was saying, Jedi team's still my strongest team on this account by far. I do need to figure out a way to get Hermit Yoda finished up so I can get him in there. Because I keep getting told by somebody that I have to use General Kenobi in my Galactic Republic team. So we'll see. We'll see. No movement on Night Sisters. They're just kind of chilling. Old Republic. I need to work on mods and gear for Carthanasi. He's actually not in a bad spot. I just need to work on his mods. Canderous for sure. I want to get up at least 2 more gear tier levels. Need to work on his mods, and I need to also work a little bit more on Jahani.
Nice.
Phoenix, chilling. All the rebels. So I got CLS here with 1 Zeta on him, Han with 1 Zeta, Chewie sitting down here and like, where's my Zeta? I gave it to Anakin. So they're just chilling. They're still a good team where they are. I mean, they're not crazy geared or anything, but they still pull their weight.
Yeah, that's a team not to underestimate, especially offense, man. It's a great team offensively.
Darth Treya, 23 shards away from having 330 shards and still not being activated. Sith Empire. So Bastila Shan Fallen is done.
Very nice.
She's done. She's gear 11. She's got all the pretty yellowish gold mods over here. She's speedy-ish. You know,
what's her speed like?
I don't want to look at it.
Can't say something like that. She's speedy-ish. Well, what's the
because look, they have little running men on all of these mods, which means she's fast. All right, and then
how fast?
They each have speed on them. She's not fast enough.
What's her speed? I really want her speed actually. How good is she? That's way too quick. You're not even getting down to the speed now.
You see it? Look how fast it is. Look how fast she is. You can't even see it. It's going by
245. Okay. That's actually pretty. That's pretty good, actually.
Okay.
Pretty decent for where you're at right now. That's pretty decent. You don't have the full team yet. Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take the win.
God.
HK47. His mods are pretty much ready to go. I'll look at his abilities and figure out which ones I want to max out, but that's going to be my biggest battle, not having the abilities where I want them to be on this team. So, but the march to Darth Revan, man, I'm ready for him this week. I was hoping to have him by this stream. I don't have him. I will have him by next stream.
Awesome.
Even if that means I'm getting him on the stream, I will have him. Yeah, that's it there. And then ships are ships. They I haven't done anything new on ships. Oh, except for activate Anakin
Nice.
and max out his abilities.
Nice.
So. Hey, look, there's R2 right there. All right. What am I farming? All these, all day, every day.
All day, every day.
Sometimes that's all I do. As I come in here and do these four, and then I go here and I go, who's down here? Cody. I don't need Cody. And then I just exit out and move on to the next account.
That's funny.
So, hey, I've got to do 10 of these things a day. All right, that's a lot of work. These free thingies, it's a lot of work across three. That's 30 a day across 3 accounts, man. You got to do 40. I know you don't do them.
I sure don't. Those free things, absolutely not. I just, if it's glowing at me when I get in there, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do that real quick. That's about it.
But yeah, no, real quick, I'll go through.
Ooh, Carbantes?
Who am I even grabbing here? DACA.
No.
Get some DACA. Guild store. Yeah, pretty much whoever's here except for Cody. Not doing Stark or anything. Squad Arena. Working on Mace.
Mace Windy.
And almost done aside. I'll have her done the next refresh.
Very nice.
Galactic War Store. I'm just kind of clicking buttons when I get over here. Because I just haven't kept up on any of this. So I've got a crap ton of currency. We'll need some Zeta materials. Those are nice. They're nice. Ooh, Grievous. Grievous is nice.
It's nice.
Nope. Look, I have 17,000. It's the most I've ever had in my life. Get one. It's the most I've ever had.
Nice.
I know that's like nothing in the grand scheme of what I need from Alec, but I'm excited about that. I'm super excited.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's where we're at.
Yeah, I remember Malik taking forever last time.
Yeah, well, I'm still so my boosted account. I've been working on it on that account for weeks, but like I've had everybody maxed out. I'm just trying to get the gear and the strategy worked out on it.
Yeah,
but I haven't sat down and focused on it. So this account is more important to me.
All right, guys.
I'll have it by next week.
We are going to go ahead and head out for the night. Thank you so much, AR Movie Trailers, Zach, for participating over in the live chat. And thank you everyone else who stopped by to hang out and listen to us talk about some stuff. Again, this was the Imperial Military Podcast Show. Don't forget to go set your defenses in Grand Arena tonight. Or before, I think it's like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So don't forget about that. We will see you guys here tomorrow night at probably around 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Grand Arena Live. Maybe doing some switching it up here. Excuse me, for the weekday streams. I'm up a little too late during the weekday with doing Grand Arena Live. I know we typically do all 4 accounts. I may knock that down to 2 or 3 accounts. We'll see. And then on the weekends, when they land on Fridays and stuff like that, we'll look at doing all 4 accounts. So looking to switch it up a little bit coming up, and you guys will hear more about that if you're over in the Discord server. And that's about it. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, and comment down below if you're watching this afterwards to let us know all your thoughts on what we talked about today. Again, my name is Itachi and he is
Evo,
and we are the Imperial Military Podcast Show. Thank you guys so much. Until next time, peace out.
Money Like this.